Welcome back, everyone. Now, I'm so excited for the topic of today's video. Now, if you didn't know, me personally, I am a huge Karate Kid fan. I love Karate Kid 1, 2, 3. I enjoyed the next Karate Kid with Hilary Swank. And didn't really like the Karate Kid with, Jane Smith, Jack Chan, but that's not the point here. The topic of today's video is the Cobra Kai series that's going to be on YouTube Red soon. Now, here's a description from the official Cobra Kai YouTube channel and just kind of talking about what the show will be about coming up. 30 years after the events of the 1984 All-Valley Karate Tournament, the 30 years after the events of the 1984 All-Valley Karate Tournament, a down-and-out Johnny Lawrence seeks redemption by reopening the infamous Cobra Kai dojo, reigniting his rivalry with the now successful Daniel LaRusso, who has been struggling to maintain balance in his life without the guidance of his mentor, Mr. Miyagi. Now, when I read that and I watched a teaser trailer, I kind of got Karate Kid 3 kind of feel to it. Now, if you haven't seen Karate Kid, any of them, or Karate Kid 3, spoilers, just ahead, just so you know. So, pause it, exit the browser if you like, or don't, put a new tab. Watch the Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3 in order, just so it makes sense. And then come back, revisit this, and then we'll continue on. Oh, wait. Okay, welcome back. Now, as you may have known in Karate Kid 3, John Kreese, also down and out, just got recently embarrassed by Mr. Miyagi in that parking lot after Daniel won that tournament against Johnny in Cobra Kai in the All-Valley Karate Tournament. If you don't know how he got embarrassed, he tried to attack Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi kind of stepped out of the way, because he knows karate well enough to know how to defend himself against attackers. And then John Kreese punched 2 windows and cars which caused him to bleed from his hands. Because, dumb people do dumb stuff, like punch windows and cars, or attack people really for no good reason. But that's just my own opinion. Now, in Karate Kid 3, like I said, John Kreese is down and out. He's super bummed out, not really doing well financially. Ends up reuniting with his old war buddy, Terry Silver, which so happens to be the owner of the Cobra Kai franchise. Now, Terry Silver sends Kreese down to Tahiti so he can relax, take a nice vacation, get his mind off of things, and then for him to come back rejuvenated and to pretty much get his revenge back on Daniel and Mr. Miyagi once and for all. Now, it kind of works, but obviously it doesn't because it's a Karate Kid. Daniel's not going to lose like that. But it's a dynamic that's interesting because you see how a simple thing, in Karate Kid 3, it was interesting to see how someone like John Kreese would kind of handle that situation of being down and out and then, having someone help him kind of get back to where he was. Because in Karate Kid 1, the dojo was huge, it was very popular, they were doing super well. They had their all-star in Johnny Lawrence. If you know who that is, that dude, he was kind of the man at that point in his life. Very young, high school, killing it, women, but he lost that girl to Daniel. So Daniel's got game. He kind of complains a little bit throughout the movies, but I will say Daniel LaRusso's got some game to him. You may not like that, but hey, I'm just saying. He's got that kind of weird, charm to him. But now I think the 2 biggest things I'm interested to see is how, more of the backstory of Cobra Kai and Johnny and everything like that. Because in one part, you see a little kid standing in front of the Cobra Kai dojo. Pretty much, it seems like in maybe the early stages or in the prime of Cobra Kai. And then you now seeing Johnny teach someone else, kind of parallel to what's happened with him and John Kreese. And also, I'm curious to see how Daniel handles life without Mr. Miyagi. Because he played such a big part in who Daniel really is that now that he's no longer with us, that it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic between him and the kid he's now training. So, and I'm curious to see how Johnny and Daniel are going to interact. I really doubt they've had much communication since that last event, but in Karate Kid, 2, I mean, that's where that's the last time they kind of really interacted. But I don't know what could really happen. I mean, I have a few ideas to what happened, to what can happen, excuse me. But I'm just really, mainly I'm just really excited to see us getting more Karate Kid. I know some people may think, oh, it's just another ploy for Hollywood to kind of bring back old, series and franchises to make money off of them once again. But they may not be as good as the original. Honestly, I think it will be, because you are getting the main two characters, and that's most important. If it was like Daniel and like somebody else or something, then I don't think I don't think most people would really care, including myself. But having William Zabka back, and then having Ralph Macchio back, that's like really interesting to me, and also I'm curious to see what's life been for each of these guys since then. We really don't know too much about what's happened since. We just know it's really happened now and everything. So the backstories of everybody and what's been happening now, and how things even go after Cobra Kai gets reopened and things like that, and maybe their students end up fighting in the championship of the All Valley Karate tournament. That'd be super interesting. Maybe we get a one final fight between Daniel and Johnny. Kind of like, see, after all these years, we're letting everything out. All my grudges held against you, they're gone after this. So I'm curious to see how all this turns out. Because they have a lot of material to work with the first 3 Karate Kids. What I would like to see, I doubt it may happen, but I know it's gonna be a long series. So what I think would be interesting, if maybe Daniel's student is kind of reluctant about everything, and he's hear about Mr. Miyagi but doesn't really know too much about him. Maybe they go back to Okinawa like they did in Karate Kid 2, kind of see his history, and maybe see how things have gone since then with them, in his village and everything like that, and kind of teach him more about Mr. Miyagi and how he was, and see the big impact he played on Daniel's life, that maybe even though he's gone, he can still play an impact on his new student's life. And I'm sure he'll implement the whole wax on, wax off kind of things, and the kind of strategies he did and teachings he had that he learned from Mr. Miyagi, which will be interesting to see. I highly doubt he's going to give this kid a car as well, like he did in the first one, but I mean Miyagi to Daniel, not Daniel to a student, but you get the gist of everything. So hopefully we get more returning characters. So we'll see what happens. I would like to see Daniel's mom kind of back in everything, and see how she feels about revisiting this part of Daniel's life and everything, since it was kind of crappy. Honestly, it wasn't all that great. I mean, yeah, he has some wins, but he also had some losses. So I mean, Johnny kind of messed with him for a while, and also anytime he went out to do anything really, someone was trying to beat him up or attack him or kill him or something, which is kind of weird. Hopefully that's stopped since then, but only time will tell. So I do advise anybody who has even a small interest to watch a teaser trailer. I'll link it down in the description so you guys can see it, and I'll also put some kind of articles that I've read about more about the show that kind of tells you some of the characters that we're going to see, and more about Johnny and Daniel and things that have happened since then. It's not really spoilery, it's just kind of more information about them. It doesn't really affect the whole general story of everything. So maybe we'll see even John Kreese come back, which that would be cool as hell if he makes an appearance. Maybe Johnny's not really sure about the whole teaching someone thing, and he goes to John and maybe for advice to see what could I do to be better. Is there anything that I'm missing that you feel that could help this kid or something? Or maybe they kind of do like a dual training thing where he's like they help each other out at maybe his house, or he owns like a dojo in his garage or something to help the kid kind of get better and everything like that. What I think will also happen is similar to what's happened in like the original Karate Kids, where I think Johnny's student is gonna kind of be like not the greatest person after teaching, after getting the teachings from Johnny. I'm sure he'll try to, react with violence instead of like we should with words or something. But nowadays sometimes you gotta punch someone in the face. But I feel like he'll go too far than he should. Like, pretty much put a kid on like a stretcher and he's like broke it in half. And I feel so proud of it, you know, because he did his, you know, his sensei proud. But and maybe, you know, their students interact at some point. Maybe they go to the same school. Maybe, you know, one's bully the other kid, or one's bullying the other kid, or being bullied, or whatever, or something happens where they interact. You know, anything really. So there's a lot of things that, you know, could happen or may happen or maybe won't happen in the show. But only time will tell. You know, we'll see once the show fully comes out. So, what do you think? Do you think the show can live up to the Karate Kid franchise? Or do you think, nope, Hollywood's just digging up an old hole that, you know, just should be left alone, and a franchise that should just be left alone, no need to bring it back, you know, for, you know, boring purposes? Or are you kind of in the middle where you're like, I kind of don't really care, but also I'll check it out, you know, if it's kind of, you know, crosses my path, kind of a thing. So, yeah. But also, I have a quick thing before I go. If anybody that's behind the Cobra Kai series is watching this, hi. Big fan. Just so you know, big fan. I will also probably be posting more videos once the trailer fully comes out. And once the show comes out, I'll probably do some episode reviews. Because I'm just that big of a fan. Like, a real big of a fan. So, just saying, just throwing it out there. You know, just in case you guys want to, like, collab or, like, work together. I'd be down. That'd be tight. That'd be sweet. But, you know, just... That's asking too much. I know I'm reaching here. Someone who's as small as me as a creator. But hey, you never know. Sometimes, you know, we work together. We could be like Jordan and Pippen. Maybe we'd be Mr. Miyagi and Daniel. Kreese and Lawrence. I don't know. We can figure it out. Hit me up. Let me know. Let your boy know. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop rambling now. Again, I thank you for your time. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about the show, how you feel about the teaser. Yeah, if you want, also, you could also message me on my social medias. They'll be down in the description. You could DM me there. You could, you know, tag me and stuff if you want to talk about it. I'm very open to talk about it. You know, anything Karate Kid, I love to do it. Let me know. I'll see you all next time.